that is operated by a thinking, adaptable, humane.
Righty then. Welcome to Joe Biden is a retard Friday. Oh, that's every Friday. Never mind. Nothing special.
Said I wasn't going to talk, but I have pertinent content on that one.
Okay. So we'll get this out of the way, and since Scotsman doesn't show up anymore, we don't need to drink it any time. It's cream. Or is that a... What exactly is that supposed to be? Cream chunk, yogurt parfait. Looks like a J. Maybe it's a D. Maybe it's Dream chunk. Okay. It's got raspberry, strawberry, tart, cherry, coconut, yogurt, granola, and lactose.
Before we start here,
Smells like sex. Is this like two?
this one's yours.
Nice. Do we need to put these on before we open the beer?
Yep, actually that's what I was thinking. Hey, Salty's always saying naked, so... Woo!
Okay, let's go.
Come on, Eric.
Maybe I could just do this. Got my jammy gun.
So yeah, okay, so one of my coworkers who is, I would say, is fairly liberal, absolutely hated Donald Trump. I mean, Joe Biden drove his little presidential procession went by his house yesterday. He's like, shit, if I would have known, I would have built a giant snow dick in my front yard.
Oh, this probably had to be agitated. Like me. Oh yeah.
There are actual chunks in this stuff.
Yeah, it's just all settled at the bottom. I actually need like a cement mixer. So, the boys at Drekker, I don't think you can get much more committed than this. And we might be out to visit you this summer. Oh. Okay.
Next up is some Drekker glasses.
It's definitely chunky. Cheers.
That's pretty good.
That is quite good.
I would spend the money to buy this again.
Well, I tell you what, I should at least get. Evidently, I gave plenty of people plenty of time, but evidently it wasn't enough time yesterday. Did I not read Harmarsh as the last person in the club? Because I'm usually like, good, Harmarsh made it. If I did, I forgot to heart it. Harmarsh says, cheers, clubbers. Mike says, cheers. Cheers, Mike. Then he says, hello to the lovely Christine. And then, Jerry, Blue Tender 40. On my way to the Ukraine to pick up some cheap AKs. Hope all's well. Then Jerry says, I can't believe World War III has started. I still have my COVID-19 decorations up.
We need him to comment more often.
Jerry. Oh my God. That's good, Jerry. Thank you. First in was the Ninja saying hey. Then Smile Money saying first. Sub-comment Miss 27 says nice. Harmarsh says hey brew bomy. German Ninja says cheers. Then German Ninja says, well, look at those hams on that hot, sexy beer brew babe. She did have nice hams. EMT Rail Fan says 4th. Harmarsh says obviously goes down like beer.
Get well, Harmarsh.
And then Steve wants to know if Tias, I don't have that right yesterday. Did they give me the pistol, or do I have to send it back to them? Seems like it's about $300 depending on the model, and no, it's all mine. Did you see that, by the way?
No, I did not.
Okay, for in like the $300 range, this is what you get.
I did not watch the last couple brew reviews because I've been, like, last night I didn't get home till 8 o'clock.
At T-Sauce? It's actually a locking holster, but just imagine you're grabbing it fast.
Oh, okay. Alright.
I was contemplating, what if someone came up behind you? You may naturally still hit that spot, but maybe they're just thinking that vigorous, you're hanging upside down from your feet, your gun won't fall out. It has a pretty goddamn good trigger. I have to honestly say I was surprised.
For $300?
I mean, normally at that point, it's real gritty. Like, you feel shit dragging all the way to the...
It might get better as it's used, though.
Yeah, yeah. But...
Turkish, huh?
If you've ever owned a Springfield XD, you'd be going, wow, I wonder where they got the idea for this. Mm-hmm. It's the same breakdown. It's the same overall looks. I think it actually has a better trigger. Tomcat says, I saw a nice GI 1911 clone at the gun show last week for $430 from them. Mr. 27 is 8th, and I got a buttload of packages in, so I'm going to start with the envelope. Now, somebody should have done this phonically instead of actually spelling it out. They could have actually put P-H-I-L, but it says fill my crack in.
I'll bet you the post office had a blast with that one.
I'm just guessing that the person that took the order, instead of putting, fill, or I don't know, maybe that's just the way it... I'll save this for a moment in case there's a... Then the big envelope has a little envelope.
And the winner is...
And the little envelope.
There's another little envelope in it.
Oh, these are yours. Oh. Just say no to crack. It has been requested by multiple people that never happen again.
That you've got to admit that was genius, though.
I don't have to admit shit. There's a lot of people you have destroyed. Okay, and this one is
I wish we could have gotten reaction videos as they saw that come up the first time. Like,
this one is just for Eric Ebomi. And it's from 80% Fulfillment Center. Oh my God. Okay, so GST9 recipients.
jig.
Well, here's the issue. Evidently what they don't tell you is if you don't buy the jig, you don't get the internals. So if you've already built multiple of these and you got jigs falling out of your ass, they make you basically, you have to buy the jig to get, I mean, brilliant. That's like shooting ranges saying that you can shoot here for free as long as you buy our ammo. Mm-hmm. Okay, so what is this one? Whoops, shit. This is that is another one of the, is there only the one in there?
Yeah.
That must have been a special at one point in time. This is necessary, but you can't put this on until you've drilled it out. But this one here is being made to be a G17, which means it's a larger capacity magazine. And this one, all the rest of them I've ever done are all G19s to take the smaller mag. Okay. I'm saving this one because this one is a gift from Sharky, and now that I see where it's from, I have a sneaking suspicion on what it is. And this one is from an asshole, and it is to 5th grade reader. Oh, take it back, it's not from an asshole.
Hey, filters.
Yeah, I'll just leave these in here. Do you need one?
No, actually, I just bought 6 of them so I can change one out every month. I had one on for a month and a half, and it looks like I was breathing in taconite dust.
Yeah, I bought one, and it's not these. I didn't know where. See, you'd shit if you saw what the filter element. This, thank you. This it's for the CPAP inline. You put it inline. There's 2 different stages of filters drawing the air in, but especially someone in his situation.
I still have the foam in mine.
He still has the recalled machines.
I've registered mine. I'm waiting for it to.
They're waiting for you to die, Miles. Okay, I don't want you to die, Miles. Because if it happens, I want to be there. No, I don't want to be there. Being that we both are on motorcycles, that would probably...
Oh, dude, like last year Memorial Day, I watched my buddy go over his handlebars out in Jay Cook State Park. He rode too close to the right side. He didn't lean hard enough on his bike, and I saw him do this into the dirt. I'm like, oh shit. And
I did that on Skyline at Twin Ponds. Except for, it started to go into the dirt, and I leaned it way over and slid the rear end. The only problem was, there was boulders that are there to stop you from going off. I hit one on my leg as I went by.
No, he went right over the handlebars, and the only thing that got damaged was the windshield. His brother-in-law was like, well, if we get him a new windshield, maybe we should get him a mirrored one so we can see his face as he goes over. So you'll get a chance to meet Frank this year. He wants to go riding with us.
Cheap old gun guy says, the Ukrainian president looks like someone. I just can't put my finger on it. Oh.
What'd you do to your finger?
I was trying to knock a board loose that was cemented to the wall, and the board shattered, and my hammer on edge, not on the blunt or the hammer end, but the whole side of it, and my finger just kind of went. And for the next 8 hours, I could tell you my exact blood pressure and rate. I just finally took it off, but I didn't clean. I didn't really scrub that area because for some reason it's a little sensitive right now.
You want to see what I'm wearing today, Eric?
No.
A belt. It's for you guys. Wore a belt for you.
This 27 says an actor because he is, laugh out loud. Tomcat says he's twice the president that we have. And, yes, and Sharky says to Tomcat, and then some. Run for president is a joke. Get elected. Say presidents should only have one term. Get invaded by Russia and not run away overseas, but stay right there. Ball of steel. And a good dancer, too. Google just committed Google side.
So, are we going to play What's the ABV?
You know, this one seems lighter than previous ones.
It does. Which is, I might...
So, either it's being well hid, it almost seems closer to a 6. It still has a little bit of a tingle to it, though.
So, what is that your final answer? A 6?
I'll go 6.5.
6.5?
Mm-hmm.
No, 6.2. You were closer with your first guess.
Damn it. I should, and they always say, remember when I was practicing for my first sprinkler exam? The state fire marshal himself actually told me, he goes, Eric, because I correct these, or score them, he said, you can see where people scribbled? He said 80% of the right answer was picked there first, and they changed their mind.
Mm-hmm.
They second judge.
Stitches on the side of your face?
Yes.
What the hell did you do there? I don't come over for a week and you're falling apart.
Oh, this is a biopsy. I got the results yesterday. It was benign, so no cancer.
benign. Is that a hit or a miss?
Yeah, B9. That's. I can't tell you actually. Okay, so I'll keep. The suspense has gone on long enough. This was a gift from Sharky, even though he told me that he was sending me something, and I told him of all the people that I know, he was the last one that should send me anything. And then he said something about Irish stubbornness and something like go F yourself and just be thankful. So I am very thankful.
Sharky, what you need to do is put your ass in a crate with a bunch of food and a bucket with a toilet seat on it and ship your ass to the U.S.
Hey, we've been talking today, and all of a sudden, he did. All of a sudden now I've been wanting to go over there for cheese. This was the one that I wanted to replace this one, and this one is the Signal, and not only is it pliers, but it is a hammer and a bottle opener and a lanyard and a wrench and a saw and a knife and some here. Oh, here I don't want to take it apart right now, but it opens up and becomes a fire starter. Mm-hmm. So there's a ferro rod on one side, and I'm thinking the flint must come off of here. I've never even watched a video on it, but I like this color, the robin's egg and the pink. Oh, and the pocket clip. So this is going to replace my daily EDC with the one that's upstairs in my pants. And I might actually give that one to Christine because that one's a pretty thorough one. Also, actually, I think that one has more tools than this one. Oh nope, take that back. There's more shit inside. And then a regular can opener, Phillips. I'm guessing the other side of this is a straight blade to go with the Phillips. Sharky, dude, that just means I will give you a reach around when you're here. I think I already actually promised them the reach around. That's badass, and it's a little bit bigger. It's a little bit bigger than this guy, not by much, but I figured with everything that this had on it, it was going to be just a tad bit bigger. This is wicked. And sharp. And it comes with a sheath. Thank you. Thank you, Sharky. That's... Your belt's not working.
Why are you looking? Oh, see. Oh, yeah. I'm not on camera. Don't you dare say as long as I'm down here.
No, I was about to say that I feel sometimes like the most blessed person on the planet with the friends that I have.
It's because all you do for everyone else, Eric. You deserve this shit. You know what? It's like the, what is it, those stupid TV ministers? It's the prosperity gospel, but the right way. Oh. If you go to benefit, you can look to benefit someone else as much as you can, and that makes you rich.
Well, you know, pretty much my motto has always been is I've never served. You know, I don't know why. It was just, I don't know, maybe where we are. It wasn't like nothing was going on while I was growing up, so it wasn't like if I would have joined it was because I want to, and it never even dawned on me. I mean, as soon as I turned 18, I remember filling out the card and submitting it to the post office, and it was like, but, you know, here we are later in life, and I always say I've never served, but I will serve the men and women in the military to the best of my ability, and we try what we can with Justin. We've been looking for things. It really pisses me off because we were actually rolling pretty good with that. I hope whoever is interested in making a donation, you just simply set the money aside and then spend it on real dolls and stuff.
Most people are going to be trying to pay for gas and home heating fuel right now.
It jumped again. $3.60. $3.60 at the cheapest place in town. I don't even know what it is at some other stations.
$3.57 is what, or $3.59 is what I paid this morning. But I went in to get the receipt, and the little old lady sitting there trying to figure out how, I don't know if she was figuring out how to pay or something, which really kind of pissed me off. Because it's like, here it is, people on fixed incomes are going to not be able to pay for food or home heating fuel or medication. They're going to have to sacrifice something, and they shouldn't. And she's like, you know, I don't know what the gas prices will be from morning to night. And I walked up to the register, and I had to get a receipt, and I'm like, you know what? I know what the difference between the gas prices will be between the morning and the night. More than likely, at night, they're going to be more expensive than they were in the morning.
That's the latest slide that I built. I put these shit sights on here. I say shit only because a standard wrench doesn't work with them, and they're really loose. The only thing holding these on right now is blue Loctite, and that's Allen wrench. But they're bright as shit. Yeah, I like that about them. But the slide has obviously an RMR cut. The barrel that showed up had the Scully, so I kept it with this guy. And this is the one that if I were to build myself a gun to carry, this is the direction that I would go, because, like I was saying, with this in here, it takes the G7, so I'm getting everything right now. It takes the G17 mags, so it takes the higher capacity mags than all of the rest of these that I've built. And now that this jig showed up, this jig should have all the parts to make that a working gun. And then there's obviously now another gun to make a working gun. Gonna have enough ghost guns laying around here to start a cemetery.
The haunted armory.
Oh god, that's a nice ass. Oh, that's a nice everything. Miss 27 says, Intro Burbomi, Ukrainian president, who is an actor who played the president of Ukraine in a famous TV show. Scourge. Instead of being the Ukrainian president, that's a corrupt comedy actor, laugh out loud. I don't even know what that's from. I got a whole new batch. I don't even know. Zeus, Zeus sent me like another 7 or 8 of these, and I got to that. That was the very first one, and I went, good enough. And
that one was excellent. I did see the opening, and then I read the comments, and that was all I had time for.
Smile money. Someone sent you a gun to review. Nice.
Did you miss Joseph's comment?
I got the...
Okay, never mind.
Then he says, Miss 27, intro babe, nice brew jugs. I'm glad you approve. Steven, nice haircut. I popped wood. I get that a lot. Didn't scourge. But does it taste like beer? Kind of. It was beery. I should bring some over for Mike. The NIHAP who sent that said that that'd be, be a good thing for Mike.
You see, I cleared his parking spot out.
Yeah, he told me about it.
I thought I'd do it before he got home, and I sat there and watched the guy try and haul the car out of there.
Bet you was frozen to the frickin' ground.
Oh yeah, and the brakes were seized, so he had to drive to the end of the block where it was dry to get him to unlock.
Well, I'm sure Greg got his $90 worth then. So he charged him $90 to haul it over to Hewitt Auto, right behind Thunder Motorsports.
Here, how about I wear that at a review?
Flashy.
Should I?
You gonna hold a pink donut in your hand too?
Hell yeah.
Steven, yeah. Not a fan of Rumble at all. Had to do a refresh to make more posts and had to refresh. Getting back to where I was on mobile is shit compared to the computer. Yeah, it's a little easier to navigate from the computer. Steven, people are paying lots of shipping to slowly kill miles. Doesn't sound good when you look at it that way. What's it Christine says? Christine goes, could you imagine that instead of sending boxes of questionable frickin' seafood from questionable destinations, that if it was this compiled and you were able to, like Christine says, tell them to start sending me parts for a frickin' motorcycle. Eventually I'll actually have one. Of course, what do I always hear? Now, of course, if I log into the security system, well, she's on the porch bringing stuff in. It's frickin' Christmas for Eric again. Sub-comment from Zeus says, laugh out loud, sad. And Miles says, at least I'll die happy. Thanks to everyone that works to improve my morale and increase my risk of diabetes. And Sharky says, yeah, don't forget Matt. Matt, you guys. What are you going to send him? Send him some of those crack pipes that Biden's giving out? I feel bad. He had the day off 2 days ago now. What did I pick? Oh, no. Yesterday. Because I picked up that. And he wanted to know if I was going to do a review. And I said, yeah, but I'm not... if I do a review at all, he'll probably watch it and think I fucked him because he doesn't have, like you know. I know he says he watches them, but you would know exactly when I was doing it because you'd get a heart or something. See, I told Matt that I wasn't going to do a review, and Matt, I wasn't lying to you. I couldn't do a review when you wanted to do a review because I had to go up to my FFL to pick up the gun, and then I came home and I got cleaned up, and then I waited for Christine to get home from work. Hey, that's a new phrase I haven't been able to use in this year.
How does she like it so far, by the way?
She thinks it's great, and it's turning out that the people she works with are like-minded thinkers. They haven't come out and talked to her about that kind of stuff, but she overheard, fucking Biden, Jesus Christ, who the hell voted for this fucking idiot? Look at the gas prices and that kind of stuff.
You know, my neighbor lives right on Hammond. Or not my neighbor, but my coworker works right on Hammond. Like I said, he hated Donald Trump. I mean, right down to the fascist type comment, fascist dictator type stuff. And it's like, yeah, no, Nate, I don't think so. But he's sitting there and he's talking, he's like, yeah, if I would have known he was coming through, I'd have gone out and I would have made a giant snow dildo with thanks Joe Biden on there, or thanks let's go Brandon or something on it. We're all, me and another coworker are sitting there going, holy shit. And they were discussing, like, you know, if he called up and says, I'm making a giant snow dick for Biden, I'd have found a way over there. Snowblower, something, I'd have been like, Eric, we need the skid steer. He is not the kind of guy to do something half-ass. It would have been a snow sculpture that would have been painted to look like a penis with veins and all. He's very artistic. Nice. Then he's like, yeah, the whole front of my house is all glass, and I should have just stood there naked as he drove by, just...
Sharky.
I'd have paid his bail if he'd done that.
There. EDC, the signal. Tomcat, cheers, Patriots. Cheers, Tom. By the way, because Tom's on Facebook, Wayne, are you on Facebook? I added Tom to the Brew Crew today. Now, I understand. I have added a few people that one made it like 5 minutes. Some made it a little bit longer. Smile Money, he said, you know, he just didn't want to take the risk of one of his grandkids finding his phone because, well, we are, in fact, a group of 2 to 5-year-olds. Oh, Jesus God.
Holy shit.
Someone photoshopped them knockers. In the event of a water landing, grab her. Tom, I'm here, buzzed up on moonshine on a Thursday night, watching a guy named Captaindick Nozzle do a Ham's beer review. I've always tried to be a good person. I wonder where I went wrong. Well, oh, I keep forgetting. I got to remove that because I'm unpenalized now. Zeus says, "Walk hard, brother." Sharky says, "You phoned us. Sorry about that." Sharky. Tom, Ukrainian people have my total respect. They will win in the long run. You know, I don't exactly know what's going on over there because I hear that the entire Russian military is in complete disarray. These kids, literal kids, are like throwing their arms down. There's whole battalions that I heard, they just got out of their vehicles and started walking, no weapons.
That's what happens with conscripts. That's what happened in Iraq. You know what's nice, though? As long as it isn't propaganda and they aren't like, here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do this, and then we're going to shoot you. As long as they continue to do what they're doing. Because you see the video where they gave the one Russian soldier a glass of hot tea, something to eat, and then says, here, you want to call your mom? Call your mom. He's like, Mom, I'm okay. Shit. And then if they continue to treat him with dignity and respect, they've won the war already of humanity. I mean, that's incredible. That's... shit. Hey, instead of you know what? Instead of NATO becoming a freaking, or Ukraine becoming a NATO country, let's invite them to be a U.S. state. How bad would that piss Russia off? Is it relevant?
Oh, sub-comment from Tom. For the record, I have drank plenty of hams in my long life. That was when Reagan was president. Jar Mafia. Jar Mafia ringmaster in the house, a.k.a. Jar Mafia. EMT Railfan, regarding YouTube's Ministry of Truth, everything faded into mist. The past was erased to ensure we've forgotten the lie became truth. George Orwell. Yeah, it's amazing what's going on right now. We're seeing the rewriting of our own history live in real time. Jar Mafia, I have a 1972 Hams beer keg still boiler that needs a home.
Do we want to adopt it?
Well, I guess like Smile Money pointed out, I'm in the midst of trying to stop drinking, and all of a sudden we got beer kits and still. I did explain though. There's a lot you can do with a still that doesn't necessarily mean alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like the idea of experimenting on what you can make.
Mm-hmm.
Tomcat, fire mission, damn the torpedo, J4. Oh, this is gonna hurt unless you want to do it. I'm trying to pick anything up with my. That's a miss.
Yeah,
For some reason, I just couldn't convince Greg to come with me to the bathroom.
So, you know, like, my old man, that thing would be covered in paper towel and black tape right now.
Well, I cleaned it under, well, we don't have, I think it's ingenious. I don't give a shit what anyone said. I haven't talked about this, but we have cold water at the house.
Mm-hmm.
So, I took 50 feet of PEX and wrapped it up and taped it and cut the water line and put that 50 feet coiled up in line, and that hangs directly over to the furnace without a plemon on it. So there's the heating elements, the gas heating elements, and my 50 feet is over it.
So you got a couple gallons of hot water there.
Both of us can wash our hands and get water that I would shower in. But, like you said, guy number 3 is probably screwed.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I told Greg, I said, we got to up the ante on our water heater. He goes, what do you want to do? Add another 100 feet to it? That would?
Hey, why don't we put in a water heater?
You know what's funny though is the plumber, because this is one of these jobs where we have to be legit because it's too high profile. In other words, we have to actually hire people to do the stuff we would normally do. The plumber came in to get going, and he walked past the furnace, and he goes, "Yeah, he goes, I like what you guys did right there." He goes, "How does it work?" And Greg goes, "You'd be surprised. Go upstairs and wash your hands." He goes, "Some bitch." Oh, okay, sorry. It's 27. Beer that looks like beer. Beer that tastes like beer. Nice. Tom, it appears as though we won't need another haircut till 4th of July. Mason Jar Mafia thought that was funny. Yeah. No. It's about every month or so. Tom says, "Let's go, Brandon. Fuck Joe Biden." Tom says, "Hey Google, what's the current temperature right now?"
Currently in Duluth, it's 25 degrees. There is currently a winter storm warning in effect.
I'm going to have to go over to Keyport tomorrow morning.
That's so kind of you. I'll do my best.
I wasn't talking to you.
That's what I said. No, she's speaking for me.
Oh, okay. Get
Sorry, deleting it now. It should be gone in a moment.
What are you deleting?
Okay, thanks for using me while you had me.
What the fuck just happened there?
She just left. She just filed for divorce.
Wouldn't it be funny if from now on when I say, "Hey, you know what?" it doesn't light up at all?
Hey Google, are you still there? Holy cow. I guess they did a system upgrade with attitude.
Wow. Somebody is see you next Tuesday.
Hey Google, what's the temperature outside?
Right now in Duluth, it's 25 degrees. There is currently a winter storm warning in effect.
Tom, says, I do like your ham shirt. I figured that was appropriate for what I was. I had another shirt on after I took my shower, and I'm like, wait a second, I have a ham shirt. Someone's gonna be pissed off at me if they sent me the ham shirt and then I reviewed hams and didn't wear it. Miss 27, brew boobies that look like real brew boobies and brew boobies that look like plastic brew boobies. Sharky says all brew boobies matter. Tom, I saw a video of a dude getting shot with a 357 SIG. He dropped like a house of cards. Mafia says, boom! Out goes the lights. Then Mafia says, amen on Biden voters owing gas money. Hashtag, fuck Joe Biden hard. He just had FJB hard. H-A-R-D. It was cheaper under a real POTUS. Hashtag, Trump won.
Oh, it looks like we got some work out of town coming in the next month. It means I could actually be in Fargo picking stuff up at the brewery.
Wow, nice.
You want to take a day off? No, you can just come out there and be like, sit in the hotel room.
Miles, can you stop and pick up some...
Fuck that. No, we'll just go over there after work. I could be in sync. I tell you what, Eric.
There'd be, if I had to sit in a hotel room waiting for you all day long, you know what you would arrive to? I love you.
That could be really interesting.
Oh, God. Oh, by the way, I finally came to a conclusion on bike tires and the size, and I told Johnny that I wanted a price for the tires. I bring him the bike, and you do everything. I don't want to deal with any of it. And I did come to a conclusion, because 99% of everybody that does this, it works out just fine, and that is to shoehorn the 170 by 80 by 15. Even Sean Morley McLean, sorry, McLean, I don't mean to tease. Even Sean said, I have yet to personally have a problem with that tire not fitting from Metzler. He says, but it can happen, and then you have to do the little washer trick where you move. There's a spacer and a washer on the brake side, and you basically put that washer on the drive side, so you are uncoupling the drive shaft and the spline by just a little bit. Sean says your bike right now with what's been done to it is probably sitting at about 149 horsepower to your rear tire. And he goes, I have seen your bike with 200 horsepower with the washer trick, and we cannot ever get it to break loose. So feel comfortable if you do the washer trick. He goes, but having said that, all you're getting is the bragging rights to say your tire is a little bit bigger. He goes, you're not going to get anything out of it ride-wise. And that's when I decided I went with the 150 by 90 by 15, the stock fucking size tire for it. And a Metzler M888 reinforced. They had two different versions, model 51 and 61 reinforced. And I sent Sean the link for the tires that I want to put on the bike, and he said, you will not be disappointed because of ride quality, durability, and your mileage, what life you're going to get out of them. So I sent all that stuff over to John, and I asked him for a price.
Officer Jones, Financial Crimes and Fraud Department, how may I help you? Hello, Officer Jones, if this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911. How may I help you?
Oh, they hung up? You must be calling 911. Smile Money says, phone frustration much? You could always turn the phone off for the review. We do not throw expensive items in the trash violently. You would have regrets if it broke. Meditation is in order.
Holy shit, that's like some freaking next level, like, coincidence.
Well, that's because, and I truly enjoy and feel blessed that I have the relationship that I have with my children, because, and I've talked to a few of you about this, thanks to the hooker I used to be married to, not that I didn't, my children didn't speak to me, one for a year and one for almost 2 years, because of the lies by their piece of shit mother. All lies. When they all and when they figured out that it was all a lie, all of a sudden I have one that still talks to her, and I have another one that hasn't talked to her since she moved in with me. And this was, me and Christine didn't say anything. We let them figure it out on their own. And they finally figured out who you, just because you have the ability to have a baby and become a mother, she is proof that you do not have the ability to become a parent. And unfortunately, we're seeing a lot of that in our society today. But Lily has a tendency to know, for some reason, whenever I do the brew review. She'll call if it's 3 o'clock and I'm doing the brew review. And then last night, she's like, well, I just thought it was safe to call. It was late. And I was doing a late brew review. I called her back. I told Christine as soon as I got upstairs I would watch a movie with her, but I had to edit the brew review. So Lily's cool about that. I talked to her the entire time I edited the brew review, and then she said, you guys enjoy your movie? And have a good night.
It'd be nice if Lily came up for like the shoot for a visit.
She's done. You'd have to. You know what I need to do is that whenever something special happens in a brew review, it should be, like this one. I don't know if that's supposed to be. I'm assuming that's a C.
No, it's a J.
Jream.
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 I looked it up. It's a J.
Yeah, I said it looked like a J, but Jream.
Jream. And it's also a collaboration with Burley Oak Brewery. So there's something we need to find.
But Lily's done brew reviews with me. Lily will actually do a brew review with me. Samantha will actually do a brew review with me. Christine, on the other hand, she'll do whiskey, and I think she's more of a whiskey fan than a Scotch fan. I think what I think it is. I think she's lied, because I've given her some of those things on the top row there, and she's like, "Wow, this is really good." Next time she's like, "Ugh."
But you had that last time.
But I can tell you this: Sam does not like Scotch. Sam will do whiskey. She's like, Sam's like in the Jameson. She likes she's the one that got me the Jameson stout.
Okay.
And that was a very good bottle of Jameson. I think the one that I have back there now is either IPA or it's a normal bottle. And I used to think that shit was the best. I always had a bottle of Jameson in my house from the time I moved out, and now I really can't drink it when you compare it with...
Now you've grown up.
Yeah. And if we get called out, you get to try something that I actually really like.
Screw it. Do it.
Well, my God. Okay, this is a pre-Clyde.
It's been a long week. It's been a long week, and I've been waiting for this.
This would be the Spay side. Because if I say Spy side, I get yelled at. Nighthop.
Spay side? Oh yeah, that's Spay.
Spay side. I got notified by Drizly that I had an order to accept, and I accepted it at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and they said, "Would you like it between 6 and 7 or 7 and 8?" And I went, 6 and 7. So he showed up with you have to try that one too, the Mojos in there. 30 cans of hams, a 6-pack of Mojos, Schmore, which is a 7.7 or 7.1%.
Did you review that already?
Yeah.
Okay, then it's free game.
Oh yeah. And a bottle of this from the app. And then I was out trying well, freezing my ass off to do a flashlight review, and my phone rings, and I end up standing a half a mile away from the house up on the...
Oh, is that where you were walking by and you freaking...
Yeah.
What the fuck is he doing walking around in the middle of the night?
I love going by with Vivian. He's got security cameras on his garage. Rev up Vivian as I troll past his cameras.
I think I lost the video because Ring erased it, but the best one was watching Matt get just to the end of the range of the time of the cameras and watch him go.
That's too much.
Nope.
It's not too much?
Just do that.
God. Yeah,
My wife won't talk to me about finances, so this is what she gets.
well, I've already blown what my plan was, and it's my fault, I will admit it.
Well, you're having a good time, Chris. Yeah, hey, Eric.
but
So,
I
I
still
took
have-
and I stuck my head out after I sent you the text the other day about St. Patrick's Day. Up at Costco, they had Irish stew in a little, like, tin like this. And so I'm like, alright, that's pretty cool. Then I realized, shit, St. Patty's Day is coming up. I'm like, hey, woman, I just told Eric I wanted to do a green beer review on St. Patrick's Day, and she's like, I'm like, can you get me some green food coloring? She's like, uh-huh. So she put green food coloring on the thing, so we're doing green beer.
Well, I still gotta, obviously, take care of this. And then...
I'm gonna see how many get you to drink tonight.
And then dinner, and then I got...
What are you doing for dinner?
Yeah, I have no idea yet, but I gotta get all this shit out of the way before lock and load it.
Wife made tacos, so whatever it is, I'm having tacos tonight. Dude, the wife makes tacos and seasons it herself. Not with her own milk.
No, I don't know what I did with the recipe now. I usually make my own taco seasoning.
Mm-hmm. Oh, speaking of cooking, we have the turkey fryer. So now it's waiting for a slightly warmer weather, and then we're gonna make brew.
Did you see me using the hot plate?
I saw that you had it. The induction one.
That works great for the still. I don't think it works for any of the pots that I presently have in my...
It worked on the non-magnetic stainless?
Worked great on the still. I used two different pots, that big red pot.
Yeah.
Oh, the big red pot that we were using for the... Nope, it errors. I know, Salty's like, you can use an aluminum... Yeah, well, evidently this thing has some kind of sensor in it, and if it doesn't meet a certain criteria,
But it worked with the still.
perfectly.
So we could actually distill down here.
Yeah.
But we still got to brew. We still have to...
Well, that's the non-alcohol stilling.
So we could literally do it on the burner down here.
Yeah, well, I guess I should. That is, everybody tells me never to do it inside the house, but there's no longer an open flame. But it smells.
It does smell.
Yeah. See,
I know somebody who does that in their house on a gas stove.
well,
And his house is still standing. And he's done it dozens of times in his house.
I watched the review of that product, and they were almost always in a kitchen getting done.
The still?
Yeah, Mason Jar Mafia. There's a conflict amongst the Mason Jar Mafia, saying that they have stilled on a range top. I guess I don't want to do it because of the smell alone.
Yeah.
Because we have taken the combustion out of the scenario with an induction plate, and it was fucking fast. I should have been smarter though, because that is a power strip that is connected to a power strip that is connected to a homemade, basically. Well, it's a 15 amp extension cord.
Your bench in the garage is clean. Your bench in the garage is clean. So after this next storm, I don't think we're going to get any more snow. So after that stuff clears away, we can back the bikes out, do our thing in the garage, and with some propane heaters, so we're not freezing our asses off. And we can brew. Is this a sip or a slam?
I like to sip this because it has a really, really awesome finish. It's extremely smooth. It's like leprechaun fairies just jizzed in my mouth. Tom, big tech are the agents of communism. Big pharma and big insurance are the vampires of the world. Tom, what about a beer review of Schlitz malt liquor? You know, I don't believe I have ever reviewed it, and I have not seen that in a liquor store. Yeah, you think
you haven't been looking either.
No, that's true. J-Dog's here at work. J-Dog should get the good ass beer from Keyport. That's I have passed that up. I don't. Yes, J-Dog, thanks for the recommendation. I should. It's a good ass beer. It's
Is it literally good ass beer?
It's just a white fucking box that says good ass beer on it.
I'm headed to Keyport tomorrow. I was gonna go help I was gonna go with my dad tomorrow up to my brother's house, but with the snow coming, I'll call him up tonight and be like, "Hey, if it's supposed to be a winter storm tomorrow, I don't want to go up and do this."
I guess I'm gonna have to see what happens if the storm changes things, but don't plan on doing a brew review tomorrow.
Oh no, you already said that.
Sunday.
Sunday?
I don't know what I'm reviewing. Samantha wanted to do a brew review tomorrow with me.
Well, I'm gonna go over there early enough that what? I did not fart.
No, I'm trying to think of what I'm going to review with her.
Eric?
Miles?
Eric? What?
Soy sauce. Oh.
What?
Just kidding. Here, Sam.
No. Seriously.
Sam, have this.
About 10 in the morning. 10 in the morning, I'm going to head over there. Just, if I send you a text, be available by phone.
Yeah, because
we're doing that thing.
I'll be running errands.
We're doing that thing again where I send you pictures and be like, hey, what do you want? And I pick up a couple things of supplies for us. And
it's like, what the hell is... Oh.
If it just so happens that Sam ends up drinking one of the selections with you, then that's my gift to you again.
Well, Sam, I don't know about sours, but Sam likes both IPAs, but she also is a serious liker of stouts.
I will send you some pictures. Don't tell her it was me that bought it, but she'll probably watch this and figure it out anyways.
No, she doesn't watch this.
Oh, we're into it in an hour. So nobody watches this shit for a whole hour.
Spy Money says, I see you got your ears lowered. And no mask required. No, nobody in... Well, some of the clients that came in were wearing masks, but it was nice to see that Jen and all of the rest of the women that worked there, nobody was wearing a mask.
Where'd you get your haircut at?
I don't even know what the hell the name of the place is. Christine, one of Christine's best friends, that's what she does for a living, and it's in the old Snow White on Woodland Avenue. Used to be our grocery store. That whole building, right where my Domino's Pizza was right behind it, and it's right before you do the big turn going up Woodland Avenue, before you get to like Piggly Wiggly, Denny's Lawn and Sport. You haven't been in that part of town. This is where we need to go biking.
I'm there all the fucking time.
Really?
And I don't...
You know where Oxford is? It's Oxford and Woodland Avenue.
Where the stop sign is.
Yep.
And it's
on the left.
It's at upper left-hand corner. If you made a left, you'd go up by the school.
Yep.
And if you made a right, you'd go up in like...
Oxford, you'd end up at Mom's.
Okay.
Eventually, it'll turn you around and you'll end up on Glenwood.
When I say I'm there like all the time, I mean like at least once a week I'm in that area. Yeah. Those people have enough money to have their garage doors fixed.
Yeah, they have garages, and then they can pay to have them fixed.
I rarely do anything out at this end of town unless it's like in the nicer end parts of this part of town. So,
Zeus says the review pistol looks like a bang for the buck winner. You know, guys, Zeus.
Did somebody send you this as a gift review, or did you buy this?
No, it was a review gift thing. From somebody you know.
Are we going to go out and shoot it?
Fuck yeah, we're going to go out and shoot it. I don't know, as soon as the weather starts getting better. You know, well,
How much? What 9mm?
Mm-hmm.
Just if I go out and I buy some 9mm, it's just 9mm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And those are 18 round magazines. So that thing means you're walking around with 19 rounds if you want.
Yeah, that reminds me of a story. Going into Iraq the first time, somebody asked one of the tank commanders that was sitting there and like, so how many rounds you guys got left? He's like, 41. And the tank commander that I was with stopped and looked and was 41. That means they had one in the fucking tube at all times.
Of the tank?
Battle carried it. All times. They had one in the freaking tube. That means if shit popped off, they were pulling the trigger and that shit was going down range.
Well, it's nice to see that that is a state of preparedness.
Yep. Literally, if you were going to go into combat...
We're kind of like priests. You know, the goblet? Holy Grail? Zeus. If you still have
that was really good, Eric. Jesus.
Phase 5 trigger guard I sent, put it to use. Yeah, you know, Zeus, that might be the one that's in the, oh look, Zeus. That might have ended up on something else. I don't know. Like I always say, if it ended up on something else, or if it ended up on something like of mine, I just get the next one. Phase 5 makes some pretty good shit though. Clyde, Whiskey and Revolution for All. Saw that coming. EMT Railfran, B9 Bozeman. B9 is a miss. That's the tail end of the carrier. But that is a good grid. Again, I don't know if you guys are getting together on your grid pattern, but that is a way to shorten a game, let me tell you.
What we need to do is we need to make a larger board.
A99. Ah, shit, that was a miss. Those turned
Double
out.
D69.
You know what happens when she puts her arms down. Zippy! I have one of the Tios 1911 A1. That's a fine shooter for under $400 in the 1911. I don't know what's going on with prices and everything right now. I did not look that up, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was $300 or less. And that is like the cleaning kit, a frickin' holster. You can make it 3 different sizes all the way around that grip. It's not just the back strap, it's the side panels that you can swap out. Right now it's got medium panels on it. Stormy, I didn't even watch the State of the Union address, but I imagine that the disaster of the Union would be more appropriate title. See what happens is you pop that pin and the back strap is holding the side panels on. They push forward and then get held in place by the back strap. And those are the mediums, so you can make it thinner or you can make it bigger.
See, this fits my hand very well.
I like it in the medium. That's why I didn't mess around with changing the panels. And if you want, if you think this is the thing for you, you can do this without the screw, but you can add a magwell to it. You just slide it on, and then there's a screw in this kit that goes in right there. And I like the way that feels too, because it kind of squeezes your hand together.
Yeah, it doesn't come off the bottom.
But again, most people use magwells when they're in competition shooting, so you can quickly, and in a carry situation, usually not. I like the way it looks either way.
I like that they have the foam all cut out nicely for it.
Well, I was talking to NIHAP about it, and like he said, you have a relatively new gun. Nobody's going to have a holster available for you. Voila! They send
and it's
it.
locking.
So You can immediately start carrying this down the road when someone comes out with the holster. Then you can upgrade your holster.
Should buy my wife one of these for her birthday this year.
I should look this up later and see what it is. I bet you it's a $299 kind of a price gun, maybe $300. I don't know. Didn't Scourge. Would think the bigger tires on the bike would just make it even harder to corner. Well, that's true.
In fact, I guarantee I sent a picture of this to my coworker, the one that's a very like-minded thinker, and I says, hey, you could buy one of these for this. I guarantee you he'd buy one. He'd buy one for him and his wife, probably. So,
Poco says 53. That dang? I don't even know what the hell was I talking about. Mr. Mark Mac 85, old Hickory said we could take them by surprise if we take fire our muskets till we looked them in the eye. We held our fire till we see them faces well. Then we opened up the squirrel guns and really gave them fire. I-8 is a miss.
We really need to play the Battle of New Orleans in the background one of these days. You know what I mean?
Again, obviously, some of these guys obviously have this shit written down, and then the ones that keep shooting at the same spot for 3 days in a row, not so much. Poco, British style Hawaiian tea biscuits from Sri Lanka. Go figure.
Is that the Hawaiian cookies?
I had to sign for those, Miles.
What?
I hope they're fucking special.
Well, let's eat them now.
Well, no, this. I learned something. Thank you, whoever sent them. I got a thing. Christine goes, you got something you got to sign for. Okay, so I signed it and I stuck it in the door. The mailman evidently missed the big glass door with that hanging on it. So the next day, I laid it on the deacon's bench. I saw the guy drop off all my mail, pick up that slip.
Oh, these.
Someone specifically came over here 3 hours later and dropped that package off.
Mm.
Long after I would thought they were done.
Mm.
I've had something like this before. These are good. Kind of a subtle coconut. Silly Jorn. So you are all ready to fight for Ukraine now, Eric the Viking. Laugh out loud. I never said I was going to fight for them. I'll fight for my next beer, Jorn.
I'm going to tell you what. It's frightening how attractive it is to be able to go back to war, Eric. I know a lot of guys that if they got the chance to go over there, and especially fight the Russians, you'd have a lot of American servicemen going, fuck it, sign me up. Put me on a plane, put me in Ukraine, let's fuck some motherfuckers up.
Now, again, I don't know what he's talking about. Poco says, how the fuck did you get David Brown from David Bowie? You took a really good joke and made it kind of disturbing and rude. Sorry. McLean, Wade, are you being sarcastic about the situation with Matt? If not, thanks for the idea.
What was that?
I don't even know. McLean, I like my tires like I like my women. Wider the better. Miles is probably balder the better too.
I was thinking about the head.
But McLean, I don't want to spend, I think, this is, obviously it's the rear tire, so it's the most expensive one. I think it's $238. I don't want to spend $238, have it show up, and not fit between the swing arm. All of a sudden I'm out that money, and now I got to order, because I don't really want to do the washer trick. I don't really want to discouple my drive line. Even if
So did he get you a price on the new tires?
No,
Hey, well, you remember what I told you about?
I just know what they cost at almost every place I looked online. So I simply gave him what I wanted in the sizes and asked him for a total price for me to drop off the bike and pick up the bike.
So I'm going to have to get the trailer.
You do realize we made no plans for you to sleep over tonight, right?
I did.
Okay, just checking.
I did.
Miles is overserved here. Matt just does it and then shows up.
Hang on. Eric, I've not gone off on a tangent. I've not overspoken. I've worked not to interrupt you when you're reading comments.
Well, you know why? Because you got a fucking beer in your hand throughout this. Steve says, if you don't like hearing a rant about truth, watch The Young Turks. Or some dumb shit like that. Steven.
Have you ever watched those fuckers, though? Don't. You'll never get the time back.
Steve says, oh gosh, I wonder who that could be. Oh, Jesus Christ. In-house intercom, how may I help you? Great. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 250, 60. Yeah, I gotta rifle through this shit. Oh, and what is that? Okay. My money's upstairs. Okay. Whatever you get, I'm happy with. Oh, as long as you're happy with the chicken, at least one of them being the chicken Alfredo. Oh, did I say chicken Alfredo? What I meant was pepperoni and pineapple. No, what I really meant was just plain pepperoni is good with me. I was thinking cheese. Just plain cheese. That's all that I want.
Send some breadsticks.
Get whatever you want. That's what I'll have. Okay, well, you just doubled the bill. You can't, let me rephrase. Your intestinal system can't handle Sammy's pizza. Fine, get Sammy's. Get Sammy's special. Oh, damn. Because I would have gone for the chicken, the pepper jack chicken soup. Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, it's just money, you know.
She's got a job. No, just tell her, no, seriously, let her go. Just let her go.
Hey, you wonder why this brew review is taking so long? To get whatever you want from wherever you want. I approve of it.
I'll give you extra money. Not today.
Oh, that escalated fast. Hey, while you're over there, pick up a Ducati. I know. I don't want one. I'm happy with my 33-year-old motorcycle. Well, now you're just being silly. Oh, of course. Steve says, my Underwood ammo. Okay. Okay. Oh my God. Bye. Jesus Christ.
We're still doing breakfast, right?
Yeah? What, 7:30?
7:30. Oh. Are we convoying or are we going together?
I don't know. Going to the same place.
Or just drive my car?
Steve says, my Underwood ammo in 357 SIG is a gold dot, 125 grain, going 1,475 feet per second. That'll mess up your new shirt. Yes, it will. Wade, my bag gun likes the three-way. I can go 5.56, 22 long rifle, and either 7.62 by 39 or 300 blackout. Wade, intro girl? Yes, more of her. I don't even know who she is, but she is fine. Okay.
Holy shit.
Salty says, you ever seen a grown man naked? Sharky says, every morning when I look in the big mirror wall, yeah, baby. Then he says, and perfect airline quote, Jimmy, the kid's name, right?
Hey, Jimmy, you ever seen a grown man naked?
Captain over. Captain over? Salty says, close. It was Joey.
Joey's seen plenty of adults naked.
And he says, damn, I'm getting old. Over, over. Do we have a clearance, Clarence? And Carmen Abdul-Jabbar just sitting there going, what?
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Classic. Then he says, yes, I'm serious and don't call me Shirley. Okay. Gun Glutton, everyone who voted for Brandon can go to hell. Every last one of you. You all belong there next to the pedos and murderers. Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. Gun Glutton, I want a G29, but that's because when the day comes when the magazine ban is law, I would rather carry a 29 with 10 round magazine than a G20 with a 10 round. That's, yeah. The G20 absorbs recoil so much better than the 29, so as now I would take the 20 any day over the 29. It may be bigger to conceal, but it always absorbs the recoil, so it's totally worth it. You know, I've never shot the G29, but I would still rather experience the recoil and get back to you, Gun Glutton. Redneck Ramblings, greeting, Captain. I think the Russians are expecting an easy win. Easy win denied.
Where are you?
Redneck, one of my dad's friends drank hams. This was back in the 80s, I think.
Alright, I'll be home in about 20 minutes.
Jay, I got another 24 Facebook ban on my new account for a meme calling Congress Chinese prostitutes. It's amazing. Spy money. Or you have guns you put on duty in your house and have no idea where you hid it. One day you will repaint your living room and be surprised. Yeah, you move the couch and shit just falls to the ground. Miss 27. Brew babes boobs hanging nicely. Algorithms can't figure it out when it's all one word. Miss 27, never had a hams beer. Brew. Redneck, Miles should be named Mikey. He'll eat anything. Miss 27, lawnmower and barbecue beer. Nice. Miss 27, outro looks too plastic in her brew boobs. Miss 27, I like beer that looks like beer. Well, sometimes Brewbomi Studio reviews of big beer cans. Case in point.
Where is Joseph at?
California. Throw money. Duluth 911. Check on the well-beings of Eric Bomi. His viewers on YouTube suspect that he's being tortured by his neighbors to the point he cannot leave his basement. Sharky, cheers all. Crispy haircut, my friend. Thanks. Sharky, oh, a tit sauce gun, as Yankee Marshall calls the brand because he can't pronounce Turkish brands. Looking forward to the review. Yeah. You know, thanks to YouTube, I can't really do an unboxing anymore. Sharky, it looks like an XD minus the safety grip. Yeah, it does not have that, and I like that. Them Turks copy everything. Pour their own sauce on it, and voila, new gun. Sharky, lots of work for a pack of cookies. Nobody made money shipping that one. Sharky, and some coffee cakes. Damn. You could start a convenience store in the basement. Snacks, beer, booze, you got it all. That's an old school speakeasy, like back in the Prohibition days.
The E-Boom Digger.
God. Sharky, get mails from Rumble
When a video goes live and someone replies to a comment. I get emails from Rumble and when a video goes live.
I don't know about the I get like the next day because of my eBomi account. It says BandEBrewReviews has 2 new videos, so that means it's 2 days has gone by since one of them went up. Sharky, Foxtrot 9. These guys in their fucking grid. F9 is a hit.
What are you doing?
Sorry, wrong color. Still don't know what this other thing is.
Wow. Holy shit.
Sharky, Slava, Ukraine.
Slava Ukraine.
Glory to Ukraine. May they steal more Russian equipment with their tractors and keep the Russian bear out of Kiev. Mr. 27, okay. If this gets a 5 on the BrewBomi Studio reviews of beer cans, then what would Natural Light and Budweiser score at?
I don't know, Joseph. Why don't you go ahead and, what is it, is it Drizly?
Yeah.
Why don't you go ahead and contact Drizly and send us some beer? I dare you.
Natural Light and
I challenge you to
Budweiser.
send beer.
God, you know how long it's been since I've had a Budweiser?
The best thing is if we don't drink it all, we can send it next door.
Sharky,
Challenge.
how do you have 27 left from a single pack? It's a 30 pack.
You drank 3 of those things?
Yeah. It's amazing. I drank one before the timer even got to, I think, 5 seconds. And then I did another one, and then I did another one. Does that compute with Euro Brain? 6-pack or 24-pack? Case of 24 bottles, small case, 6, 27 left, does not compute. My brain broke. It's a 30-pack. It's a
You need to convert it to metric, Sharky. Then it'll make sense. A 24-pack in the U.S. is equivalent to a 29-pack in metric.
4 hours and 23 minutes ago, he left what is the last comment as of right now. SH, hey, a 33-year-old redhead with the curves like your Vivian. Oh, yes, please. Okay. Going to the club before I'm dead. First in. And is he in the club or just in the... Douglas says Joey likes the beefy look from behind. That's more information I need. Harmarsh, 200 Ale, club selling slopes long ago. Cheers, clubbers. I was wondering why it was getting moist in here. Maybe she's more one of these kind of girls. Well, money, it's a Friday, and show prep is on. Yeah, speaking of that, then Scourge, show John that red Snappa picture when you're doing the show. Actually, I already sent it to him this afternoon. He told me I was either sick or warped or something. I can't remember. Okay, I'm hitting the reload button. But Christine's rifling through my wallet, trying to find money. Okay, well, unless the weather fucks it all up, we're supposed to be here tomorrow with my little Sammy Poo.
If the weather fucks it up, I'll be here.
Yeah, standing in for Sam might be Miles.
Eric, hang on. We did not rate this.
I give it all my fingers. For what it is.
Yeah, that was pretty delicious. Now that I can remember it over everything else I've drank.
Okay. Hey, did you remember that Matt called you?
What did Matt call me?
A dick.